Year 10 of Rainbow Six Siege is newly underway, with new attacking operator Aurora at the helm, but there's still much more to come, including a brand new mode called Dual Front. Dual Front is an all-new Siege experience that combines the core aspects of Siege into a brand new mode. We recently went hands-on with Dual Front, getting a first-hand look at what the new mode has to offer, as well as how the match evolves as it progresses. Dual Front is a new respawn mode coming to Rainbow Six Siege that pits two teams of 6, yes, 6, players against each other, with the objective of the game being to capture all 3 of the enemy sectors while defending your own. For this, an all-new map is being introduced that's bigger, featuring 2 lanes, one for each capture route, as well as a central area that allows players to easily move between attacking and defending areas. The match timer is set at 20 minutes. However, the match will, of course, end sooner if one side completes their objective sooner. At the beginning of the match, players select an operator from a mix of attackers and defenders, as well as a spawn point that either places them on the offensive or defensive position. There's a short preparation phase as the match begins, where operators can place traps and barricades as well as getting into position for the assault. After the prep phase, it's time to put plans into motion and start attacking and defending objectives. Attacking players proceed to the first enemy sector and try to plant a device to capture the area while fending off enemy defenders. The capture has 3 checkpoints. If the device is destroyed, progress on the current checkpoint is lost. However, any captured checkpoints remain. After the area has been fully captured, enemy operators become briefly visible, much like after a Caveira interrogation, and a short countdown begins before the assault on the next objective can begin, so the defending operators can prepare. On the defending side, operators try to hold the objective by reinforcing walls, barricading windows and doors, setting traps, and performing other site setup tasks. As attackers approach, the defenders have to work together to fend off the assault, eliminating attackers, replacing barricades, and preparing new traps and positions. As long as the objective isn't captured, the attacking forces cannot progress further, so keeping the area secure is of absolute importance. If an area is captured, the defenders must fall back to defend the next objective, hence the timer attackers must wait for before pushing forward. At some point during the match, operators are notified of an additional assignment: find the hostage, escort them to the extraction point, and get them successfully on board the helicopter. Doing so grants the successful team extra match points as well as checkpoint capture progression, which could ultimately win them the game. However, the main objective doesn't just pause to take care of the hostage. Other operators not on the hostage detail still need to defend their sectors from attackers and or capture enemy sectors. As mentioned before, this is a respawn mode, so you may be down, but you're not actually out. You'll respawn at your original spawn point unless you select to swap to the other, and you can select a new operator or customize your loadout while you wait. The respawn timer is a bit long, sitting at 30 seconds, which seems a little absurd, but you're able to deploy a drone at the location of the friendly operator you're spectating to gather intel in the meantime. Attacking and defending are happening simultaneously by both teams. There are no rounds here. Each team is fighting to complete the same objective at the same time, so attackers and defenders are arbitrary terms, as any operator can attack or defend an objective. All operators are also able to rappel up walls and reinforce objectives, leading to a very unique and dynamic experience where the tides of the fight can turn at any time. However, attacking and defending still comes into play, as some operators are just naturally better for those respective roles. Some operators are easily able to take on both roles, like operators using shields defending, and operators like Vigil going on the offensive with his ability to hide from drones and cameras. You're able to change operators throughout the match, either while waiting to respawn or while defending an objective. Any gadgets deployed by your previous operator are destroyed, however. A poorly timed operator swap can be detrimental to your efforts, especially if the opposing force is particularly aggressive. With so much happening around the map, you'd almost expect it to be a little chaotic, but with so much space to operate, the match is actually well paced. The most chaotic moments are really just when the match appears to be coming to a close, as the final sector is being assaulted and defended. There are many ways to approach each area, especially when all operators are able to rappel, opening up more routes to go around, over, and under. Strategy comes into play in Dual Front just as much as it does in Bomb and other siege modes. With attacking and defending happening simultaneously, it's important to plan ahead, determine what roles people should play, whether they should be attacking or defending, and also who should go after the hostage, or if the hostage even really matters depending on how well the match is progressing. We played a handful of matches during our remote hands-on event. The first couple of matches were more about discovery, figuring out how to even play and learning about the map. However, the enemy team was already well coordinated against us, which showed as they won in landslide victories 2 matches in a row. We mixed up the teams a little for the third match and started really planning our attacks and working more together to defend our own sectors. While the third match was still a loss, the end result was much closer and the match more drawn out. After that, we had a pretty solid grip on how the match flows, splitting our team into 3 defenders and 3 people going on the assault. This match was intense, with each team making fairly equal progress right up until the very end, which ended in a nail-biting assault on the enemy's final sector. We prevailed, and the battle was finally over. Splitting the team into equal parts defenders and attackers is the easy first step to take when planning your next match. On top of that, selecting the right operators for the job will also make the difference. In the final assault, I played as my main man Sledge, who has been at the top of the most played attackers list for a long time. He's a great fragging operator, perfect for making the push and holding an area with a combination of strong firepower and grenades to wound and eliminate opponents. It's important for players to coordinate their pushes and retakes instead of rushing in one by one, which is never a winning strategy, especially with how long it takes to respawn in this mode. Just like other modes, this is a very team-based mode. Your squad's coordination, or lack thereof, can make or break each match. Initial impressions of Dual Front are a bit rocky. For a mode of this scale, it's a little surprising it is being introduced at this point in Siege's lifestyle. Of course, we've seen new modes get introduced over the years, like Free-for-All and Team Deathmatch, but these are easy modes to introduce as they are already seen in other games in the genre. Dual Front is an entirely unique multiplayer experience that combines aspects of Siege's core modes, making this mode stand out from the rest. The first couple of matches were definitely rough, and the why of the mode's existence was questioned, but like with the rest of Siege and other games involving strategy, the more we played, the more we came to appreciate what was put in front of us. In time, we'll see just how much of an impact Dual Front will have. We'll have more coming about Dual Front, Siege X, and more coming to Rainbow Six Siege in the future. Stay tuned to Gamingtrend.com and our YouTube channel for the latest updates, reviews, and more.
Start loading.